Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep, and I mean really deep, into a scientific detective story. It's all about how we build things at the atomic scale, and how sometimes a single discovery can completely flip a rulebook that's been around for decades. So let's get into it.
I mean, seriously, think about that. How do you build something so small you can't even see it? It sounds like pure science fiction, but it's happening every single day in nanotechnology. But the how, well, that's where our story really begins, because it turns out we might not have had it right all along.
All right, so let's set the stage. At the heart of this mystery are some very, very tiny wires that hold some seriously big promise for the future. We're talking about zinc oxide nanowires. Now, these aren't just little strands of metal. They are perfect microscopic crystal structures, and their potential is just huge. We're talking everything from next-gen solar cells to tiny medical sensors inside your body. But to grow them, you need a starting point, like a little seed. And that seed is a tiny, tiny nanoparticle of gold that acts as a catalyst.
Now, for more than 40 years, science had what everyone thought was the recipe for growing these things. It was the standard, written in all the textbooks, used in labs all over the globe. But as you're about to see, what we think is happening isn't always the whole story.
The official theory, cooked up way back in 1964, is called the Vapor-Liquid-Solid Model, or VLS for short. And the most important word in that name, the one the entire theory hinges on, is liquid. The whole idea was that for this to work, the tiny solid gold particle had to melt into a liquid droplet.
The easiest way to think about it is like making rock candy. You dissolve a ton of sugar into hot water, that's your liquid, and as that supersaturated liquid cools, solid sugar crystals start to grow. The VLS model proposed the same thing. You heat up zinc oxide until it's a vapor, that vapor dissolves into the liquid gold droplet, and once that droplet gets full, a solid nanowire just grows right out of it. It's simple, it's elegant, and it was accepted as fact.
And that's the question that pushes all great science forward, right? We have this neat, tidy theory that seems to explain everything perfectly, but does it actually hold up when you look really closely? What if you could actually watch it happen, atom by atom?
So, in 2008, a team of scientific detectives decided it was time to pop the hood and take a look. They came armed with some brand new, incredibly powerful tools that could finally show them what was really going on in this nanoscale magic show.
The tool they used is called an aberration-corrected electron microscope. You can basically think of it as the Hubble telescope, but for the nanoworld. I mean, we're talking about a microscope so powerful that for the first time, they could get a crystal-clear picture of the individual atoms while the nanowire was actually growing. And when they looked, they found something that just didn't make sense. It was a single, undeniable clue that basically threatened to bring this whole 40-year-old theory crashing down.
The entire investigation really just boiled down to this one simple question. If the old VLS model is correct, and that gold catalyst is a liquid absorbing the zinc vapor, then what should be inside that little gold tip? It should be a liquid alloy, right? A mix of gold and zinc. So that's what they checked.
And this is the moment everything changed. This is the smoking gun. They did a chemical analysis of the catalyst tip during growth. They found gold, of course. But zinc? There was none. Absolutely zero. Not a single trace of the material that was supposed to be building the wire was inside the gold catalyst. This one sentence from the research paper was a wrecking ball. If there's no zinc inside the gold particle, it can't be a liquid alloy. And if it's not a liquid, then the liquid part of the vapor-liquid-solid model just completely falls apart. This was a direct contradiction to 4 decades of scientific belief. So this one piece of solid evidence, pun intended, meant that the old story was wrong. Science needed a new theory, one that actually fit the facts they were now seeing.
And this is just the scientific method at its best. The old VLS theory, with its liquid catalyst, was out. The new evidence demanded a new model, the vapor-solid-solid, or VSS model. The difference is profound. The gold catalyst doesn't melt at all. It stays completely solid the entire time.
So in this new VSS model, the zinc vapor doesn't dissolve into the gold at all. Instead, it builds up directly on the surface of that solid gold particle. Atoms just land on the surface and assemble themselves into a crystal, layer by layer. It's less like making rock candy and way more like a nanoscale 3D printer, just meticulously building a structure from a solid base.
So, why does all this matter? I mean, who cares if the gold is liquid or solid? Well, it's a huge deal. For one, it rewrites a scientific model that's been taught for over 40 years. It also proves that as our tools get better, we make brand new discoveries that can change everything. It refines our fundamental understanding of how to build the materials of the future. And honestly, it's just a perfect, beautiful example of science correcting itself.
And that leaves us with this one final, kind of mind-blowing thought. A foundational theory, a scientific fact was completely upended, all because we could finally see it clearly. It just makes you wonder, what other facts that we accept today are just waiting for a sharper image or one crucial observation to be totally rewritten? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.